Hello, my name is Jimmy Vegas and welcome to this, the fourth in a series of video tutorials on how to make a platform game in Unity 3D. So in our last episode, if you remember, we created all of these gems just here, glowing nicely. We also pretty much have our entire first area built up now. So if we play, we can see that everywhere is pretty much done. We still fall, we fall endlessly. That's not to worry for now. So in this episode, what we'll be looking at is we will be putting a script on the gems so they disappear when we touch them. We'll put a bit of a glow on our finish area to signal that's where we need to go. We'll also look at starting to build the next area, which I intend to build almost kind of above the area we're in now. And we'll see where it goes from there. So, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete all of the gems we've created apart from 3. The reason for that will become clear when we write a script. So for now, I'm just going to get rid of that. This one here. Which blue gem have we got? We'll keep that blue gem. We'll delete that one, this one, and these 2 as well. So we just have the 3. The blue, the green, and the red just here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to write a script to enable these to disappear as though we've collected them when we run into them. So down here in your materials window in the assets, right click, create, JavaScript, and we'll call this one gem collect, and double click to open. Now if you remember, with the spinning script it opens up in MonoDevelop, which may take just a few moments to do so. Okay, so just like last time, we have our main area here where we type our script. It already has a few lines written out for us. All we need to do is just delete. Okay, so type along with me the small script that we will be using. So function with a capital F, on, trigger, enter with a capital O, capital T, capital E, space, open bracket, and info, colon, collider with a capital C, close bracket, and open curly bracket at the end. Now this is the line which will make the spinning gem disappear when we touch it, and it is destroy, open bracket, game object. That's a lowercase g and a capital O, close bracket, and a semicolon to end the line. Next line, close curly bracket. Okay, so for this script, that is all we need at the moment, but we will modify the script in another tutorial when we work with score points. So, save. Keep MonoDevelop open for now, don't close it down just in case we have any errors, and head back into Unity. Our next thing to do is we need to put this script onto our gems in the exact same way that we could do with GemSpin, whether you drag and drop onto your icon here, your cube, sorry, or whether you take it directly into the hierarchy. In this case, I'm going to use the green gem first, and I'm going to drag and drop it onto the hierarchy, like so. So if we click on green gem, you'll see here, gem collect is active. Now if we play and head over to our gem, you will notice that it doesn't pick up. We just kind of stand on it. There's a nice simple reason for that. It's more than just applying a script to an object to make the script work. is, if you remember, on trigger enter, we have to sort of create a trigger. So up here in Box Collider, still in green gem, click is trigger. Press play, and with any luck, we may pick it up like so. So it's nice and simple. As we've only applied to the green gem, it doesn't work on the others just yet. If you're having problems having this to work, the way around it would be to add component, physics, and rigid body. Now, I'm not going to go into rigid body in this tutorial, but if it's not working for you, try adding a rigid body at this point and see if it works from there. Hopefully you shouldn't have any problems and it should work straight away. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the script again, and I'm going to drag onto the red and onto the blue. Now, the reason I deleted all the other gems is just so I don't have to drag the script onto every single gem in existence on this area. So if I go to the red gem and click is trigger, blue gem is trigger. So now, with any luck, we've collected the red one, fallen off. Should we try that again? My terrible playing skills. Okay, so red gem, green, and blue. So what I might actually do is, as we've got our light on our player, kind of red at the moment, I find that slightly distracting. Maybe we should change it to, how about kind of, there we go, a bright yellow. And let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks better. Doesn't look like we have a red gem following us now. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will take our gems and we will place them around the level. So let's duplicate red gem, and let's put the let's see where we put it, position. Let's put, no, too far. How about 8? 8's good. Let's duplicate, and let's put 6. Let's duplicate our green gem, and let's put let's see, on the Z or Z axis, let's put that as 11. No, well, that has to be a minus, so put minus 5. Yep, that looks fine there. Let's duplicate again. Let's put minus 8. And on the position, let's put 5. That will have to be minus 9. Okay. And let's place some of our blue gems. Let's see, position on the Z, let's put that to 13. No, too far. Minus 4. Yep, that's fine. It didn't duplicate though. It would have helped if we'd have duplicated. Control D, remember? 2. No. 6. Yes, that's fine. And let's place another blue gem. Let's zoom out a little. Control D to duplicate as usual. And let's place this blue gem over here on this red area. So if we have, let's say, minus 5, is it? Yeah, maybe. And on here, minus 10. That should do the trick. Okay, so we have how many gems? 9 gems to collect now, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So let's have a quick run around and see if we can collect them all without falling off. Okay, yes, it looks fine there. That's fine. Yep, so far so good. Okay, so we're going to need to try and jump onto that one. Let's give it a go. Best if I line it all up first, I think. Yep, and that's fine. So we've collected all our gems. So now what we would want is to head over to the finish and be taken to our next area. So we'll move on to that now. If we, let's see, let's head over to our finish area. I think it's best if we rename the block as well to finish 1 by 1. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put, let's see, a particle system on there. So to do particles, it's game object at the top, create other, and particle system just here. You'll notice when you put it in, it automatically gives a nice kind of particles glowing from your finish. So what I'm going to do is, let me just get to our finish, which is just there, and I'm going to drag and drop our particle system onto our finish. Right click, rename, and put finish glow. So over here on the particle system we have different options and different things we can change. Let's change the color to, I don't know what, probably should keep it as white really. Yeah, I think it looks good enough as white. Let's see. Should we change a few options and see where we go? Gravity multiplier, obviously pulls it down slightly, changes the gravity. Kind of makes embers on fires. You could use that, but we don't want to, so we'll keep it as 0. Let's see. Start delay. We don't want to start delay. Lifetime, keep as 1. Or well, no, we'll keep it as 5. Start speed. Let's see. Shall we slow it? Let's have the start speed as 2, I think. Start size. Probably need to keep that as 1, because if we have something high, it's quite large. So we'll keep that as 1. Start rotation. I think we'll keep that as 0. And everything else we will leave for now. Okay. Emission, we won't touch that. Shape. Okay. In shape, let's go for box. That way, it raises the particles up rather than outwards in the cone shape. So let's keep it as box. We'll leave the others for now. Velocity over lifetime, we won't touch. No. We can change the colour over lifetime. Helps if we tick it first. So we could start the colour as, I don't know, maybe a yellow. And end it as red. Or rather, start as red and end as yellow. I don't think we'll do that. So as you can see, it starts with red, ends white. If you want that, that's totally fine. In fact, I think we will. We will have a slight colour change. We'll have that. Size over lifetime. Now, if we do size over lifetime down here, you will notice it gives one straight line here. If you take this little box here, and drag it down to about there, you'll notice that happens. And that looks fairly decent. It basically kills off around here. So the further along you have it, the longer particle system will go. If you have it there, it will give just a tiny little glow. So it's up to you whereabouts you want to have the glow end. So I'm going to put it around there. Size by speed, no, we will leave. I think we'll leave that for now. I think that should be okay. What I am going to do though is up here. I'm going to raise it very slightly to about there, just above the finishing line. So if we play, we should hopefully, when we get round to it, see our glowing in the distance for our finish line there. And I think that'll do for that. Obviously you can play around much more with the particle system here. You can change different things, you can change the colours, play with different things, and just see what you generally come up with. Particle systems can be quite useful, they can do different things. In another recent tutorial that I've done, I've used a particle system to create a fire. If you want to check that out, it's in the Blue series, the beginners tutorial. So yeah, that's looking quite nice now. Okay, so if you remember last time, we still had these little edges here that we didn't fill in, so I'm going to use this time now to quickly duplicate this, bring it over and fill in. Nice and simple. Let's just drag that there. Obviously mine is still a bit messy. I haven't really had time to align everything nicely. Hopefully you've had time. Okay, so before we finish, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to change the angle like this so we can see on the level where we are. And in preparation for our next tutorial, I'm actually going to insert game object, other, cube. And I'm going to call this cube Death Capture. Now the reason this cube is called Death Capture is so as when we fall, we will write a script which puts us back on the level. For now, I'm just going to drag it to about there, and I'm going to make the scale quite large. So we'll call it 50. Y-axis will keep us 1. Z-axis will also put us 50. So with any luck anyway, we should just kind of fall off onto it, like so. But for now, don't worry too much about it. That's in preparation for our next tutorial, which will come in another week's time or so. So before we end, I'll also set a preparation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, hold Control, and I'm going to drag it up to around maybe there. Now the reason for this is going to be the base of our next area. So as when we hit our finish down here, we will teleport up onto our next area here. I'm just going to quickly put a few squares in there just to mark where we should be going. You'll notice as well there is no light up here, as our original light, wherever it may be in our hierarchy here, isn't really set to glow on here. So we'll put a level 2 lighting in there in our next tutorial, which will hopefully light up our second area. Now, you don't necessarily have to have this area up. We may move it over here somewhere. It may be easier, to be honest. So I'll have a think about how we're going to get to our next area in the meantime, and we'll see where we go. So, like I say, we'll leave this tutorial here for now. Let's save that before we do anything else. Yeah, in our next tutorial, we ramp up the difficulty a little bit, as there will be a lot more playing around to do. So I hope to see you next time. Keep building this game, and anything you've got, please share. I'd love to see. Thank you very much for watching.